What's up, folks? Today I'm here with Skully, the newest work by Finish Line Games, who also brought us Maize. Skully is a platforming game that tries to incorporate some neat ideas to offer us players some variety. Does it pay off? I'll tell you in a moment. As usual, if you enjoyed this video, why not subscribe? And if you would prefer an audio-only version, the link is down below. Is Skully worth $30? Well, I'm about to tell you. My name is Tanner, and this is For Your Money, a different kind of review. Skully is a game about a sibling feud for power. 3 out of 4 siblings are fighting over an object that will grant them power to do whatever they please, but the problem is they're destroying their homeland. One sibling, Terry, sees this and attempts to create a being to help him. That being is you. But instead of having a fully functional body, you're just a skull. But that doesn't dampen Terry's hope that you'll help him stop the fighting and bring peace to his homeland. But how exactly can a simple skull stand a chance against a family intertwined with the elements of the world? My thoughts for Skully's story is very mixed. Was it interesting? Yes, but that is only due to the barely explored idea that all of them are an element. Water, earth, wind, fire. Another issue I have with the story is the pacing. Now, I'm rarely a stickler for this, but for my issue with this game's pacing is the fact that you don't really learn a lot of, anything until the last 3 chapters. And for the previous 14 chapters, you're just listening to the family argue about gaining power. And honestly, I just wanted to learn something. And what separates this game from something like Inside, sure, Inside we only really learn the story at the end, but the entire game we get to see stuff happening in the background that has us players saying, holy shit, I want to know what's happening. There's not really moments like this in this game. Now, I will say that when this game kicks off around chapter 13 or 14, it did grab my interest, and I genuinely did want to beat the game to see the conclusion, but getting to that point, I had to motivate myself, because the story sure wasn't doing a damn thing until I neared the end. But will you even stay to see the ending? Gameplay next. Skully will remind people of older platformers. Roll around, jump on some rocks, logs, collect items through the entire game to unlock extras in the main menu, but let's get to the basics. First and foremost, you are a skull, so you're going to roll around most of the time and at quite a decent pace. You will be platforming the entire game across multiple rock formations, tons of logs, roll on walls that have vines attached to them. You get the idea. The platforming in the beginning is as simple as it gets in anything. Jump on the obstacles and don't land in the water, otherwise you'll die, which makes sense considering Skully is made of clay. If you do die, you'll respawn at the nearest clay pool. These pools are also where you'll heal and change into different forms, but we'll go over the forms in a bit. First, how is platforming as a skull that is smaller than most rocks in this game? Well, it can be fun, but it can also boil your blood. Platforming with something this small requires a ton of attention to detail. The reason being, sometimes it's hard to tell where Skully will land, so you'll have to pay attention to his shadow in order to figure out where you're going to touch down. For the most part, that was my main strategy, but there are times in this game where you'll have a distant camera while being chased by water or lava, and the camera is so distant that 1, it's hard to keep track of Skully, and 2, when you do have your eyes on him, it's next to impossible to try and figure out where the hell he's going to land. This, for me, was a major flaw. That camera angle should not exist in this game, and I'm sure there are other players out there who stopped playing because it became such a burden, and I say that because every achievement/trophy has a percentage, and from the percentage before the first water sequence and after, it dropped drastically. Aside from rolling around, as I said, you do take different forms, 3 to be exact. They are the strong form, swift form, and lastly, the vault form. Each have their own unique abilities that will be required for different puzzles. One will see you controlling 2 strongs and a swift, where others could see you controlling 3 vaults. It all really just depends on the puzzle at hand. I did enjoy the incorporation of these forms because the moments leading up to unlocking a new upgrade became tedious as most of the obstacles used in platforming felt recycled and tasteless. So when I got something new, it was like a breath of momentarily fresh air. As for the combat in this game, there is little to none. You have some water punks you can destroy with the strong form, but you don't have to. What will need to be done is during the volcano levels, you'll need to anger a lava punk. They will then chase you anywhere, so you'll take them to a wall you need them to explode. That's it for combat other than boss fights, which aren't anything spectacular. One fight you're just chasing someone in circles, and when you reach them, it shows a small scene of Skully jumping at them. That's about the most interactive boss. Overall, this gameplay is in between love and hate. Platforming can be fun, but when things get tough and overall dull, it just becomes truly annoying. Especially with some of the camera work. Other than the distant camera I mentioned, the normal camera will sometimes clip through the world, obstructing your view, and it once again proves to be blood boiling, as sometimes it can mean life or death. Design for this game, I'm split 50-50, and I have more than one good reason. First and foremost, the graphics are equivalent to a late PS2, early 360, PS3 game. The world looks put together with little care or detail, and I say this because sometimes when you're trying to complete a puzzle, specifically with throwing Skully as the strong form, Skully will hit some of the game's architecture. And for those who hate a gray looking game, then this is not your game. It is very gray and dull when it comes to color. The most intriguing colors we get to see is the green grass. Now so far, I know it seems like I'm being hard on this game's design. Here's the deal. I played Maize, and that game looks relatively good, so what the hell happened here? What did I like about the design? I did enjoy the soundtrack. The pieces felt fitting for every scene, as well as the voice acting was grand, and the art style of the cutscenes were very neat, and I enjoyed watching them. They weren't live action, and some games can't pull it off, but surprisingly, this game somehow did it. Here's some clips of the overall design.
Is it me, or did it just get real cloudy around here? Oh, yes! We can make a path over that stupid water now! Okay, this is gonna be a delicate conversation. Having Brent helping us would really change things. So Skully, no offense, but let me do the talking, okay? Don't want you getting hot-headed. Hey, Brent! Where are you? We're here!
Oh, there you are! What took you?
Are you joking?
Before we begin, I need you to do me a favor. Just move a bit to your right. No, not far enough. Just a little more. More. Stop! Okay, perfect.
I think Skully is worth $15 out of $30. Here's the deal. Like I said, I played Maize. It looks better, it plays better, and above all, it released at $20. So why the hell is Skully releasing at $30? To me personally, this is baffling. It's not a long game by any means, and there is not a whole lot of content. I did enjoy certain aspects of the gameplay, and the story can be intriguing as long as you stick with it. I mean, this game has its ups and downs, and they're so split that $15 just seems fair to me. Now, I know Finish Line Games is a great company, I just don't know what happened here. Maybe it got rushed, I have no idea. But you best bet that whenever they release something new, I'm gonna be on it. That's all I got, folks. If you enjoyed this video, why not subscribe? And if you did not, hit that thumbs down. Till next time, fellas.